Yoga is not a substitute for medical attention or treatment. Don't perform any postures to the extent of pain or strain. Always listen to your body and meet yourself with kindness and compassion. Good morning, yogis. I'm Sina from Yoga with Sina, and welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing an energizing morning yoga flow that you can do with just the mat. You don't need any other props, and I would say let's start right away, coming into a cross-legged position on your mat. And then when you're ready, close your eyes, lengthen through the crown of your head so that your spine is in a nice straight line, shoulders and pelvis stacked. And to bring ourselves into the present moment and to connect to our breath, we'll start with 3 deep inhalations, drawing the inhale in through the nose. Open your mouth, exhale, release, let the breath go. Inhale again, find your breath in through the nostrils. Exhale, letting go any stagnant energy that you may be carrying from the night. One more deep inhale here, bringing that inhale all the way up to the tip of your head. Feel the expansion of your rib cage, forward, outwards, backwards. Hold your breath in here. Open your mouth, release, exhale with a sigh out. Awesome. When you're ready, blink your eyes open and then drop your left fingertips down onto the mat next to your left hip. Reach your right arm all the way up and overhead, and then find a little movement through your right wrist here. Maybe reaching that left hand a little bit further out, keeping the sits bones connected, allowing space between your right ear and your biceps. You might be able to open up and rotate that right shoulder a little bit more behind you, creating more space into your front and right side body. Taking another inhale here, finding length, right fingertips to the right hip. And then inhale again, finding integrity through your core as you lift all the way up, taking both arms up overhead. As we exhale, right hand to the left knee, left fingertips all the way around, pressing hand and knee against each other. Inhale, lengthen, pushing your left hip gently forward to allow the lower back to stay safe in this pose, initiating the twist from the thoracic upper part of your spine. Inhale, stay here, lengthen, crown of the head up, and exhale, twist into the left side. Navel to spine, inhale, lifting the arms all the way up overhead, and then keep your arms up, lean a little bit back, and switch the cross of your legs. Beautiful. Now drop your right fingertips down to the ground, and then lift out of your left armpit, left arms, left fingertips reaching up overhead. Find any movement here to loosen into your left wrist. And then maybe crawl that right hand even further out. Lengthen, finding a gentle push into your left hip, bringing openness and space into your left side. One more breath in here. And then inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, finding length. Taking that length into your twist, left hand to the right knee, right fingertips around behind you. Inhale, always lengthening as you inhale, right hip gently pressing towards the front. Exhale allows you to go into your rotation, into your twist. Taking another inhale here. Exhale as you twist. And inhale, release the twist, find that core awareness as you lift the arms up overhead. And then just making your way into a tabletop, set your hands down, take your knees, stack them underneath your hips, fingers opened wide underneath the shoulders, toes pointing back exactly in line with your knees. 3 rounds of cat and cow, finding that wave, that wake up into the spinal column. Inhale, drop the belly, push your heart forward, lift your gaze, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, finding broadness between the shoulder blades, pressing hands, knees, and toes into the mat. Continue, inhale, finding space in the front side of your body. Exhale, round and contract, your navel draws up. One more round, inhale, find that lift through the front body, push your heart through the gate of your arms, and then exhale, rounding, finding that openness, that space between the shoulder blades. Coming back into a neutral tabletop position. Now go ahead and tuck your toes under, checking in that your hands are still opened wide, spreading all that weight equally. Now from here, as we inhale, we find length through the spine, and with an exhale, we're going to lift the knees, finding that immediate connection to our core, the front where the belly button is located. Breathe here, keep that contraction, and then at the same time keep that broadness in the shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades. Breathing in and out of the nose here. We're just here for 3, for 2, for 1, and then drop your knees down, untuck your toes. Inhale, find that opening through the front side of the body, and then exhale, send your hips back and find a Balasana, child's pose. Maybe you want to release any tension in the wrists, so just circle them around. It might even feel good to press the tops of the hands together here for just a breath in and a breath out. Hands coming back onto the ground. We're going to push ourselves back up into that tabletop position, tucking the toes under yet again, and then lifting the hips, pushing back into your first Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Find the moment here to pedal the heels, to set yourself up in this gentle inversion here with the hands still opened wide, pressure really driving in through the index finger and the thumb. Neck is relaxed. Feel that outward external rotation of your shoulders. Allow the neck to move freely between your arms. If your hamstrings are still tight in the mornings, just go ahead and bend your knees any amount so that you can find length in your spine. Bending the knees is always a very good idea to allow the spine to lengthen. Good. Let's take another breath in here. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet all the way up into our forward fold Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Feet hip width distance, and then keep bending the knees gently here, allowing your whole weight of the upper torso to rest on your thighs, and then balance the weight towards the toes so that you can feel that connection, that lengthening in the back sides of your legs. As we inhale, we're going to slide the hands up the fronts of the shins for a halfway lift, thinking of extending crown of the head away from the tailbone, making a tabletop position, really flat line with your spine, neck in extension of the spine. And then with an exhale, we're going to bring the hands back down and step the left leg long back. Left knee draws down towards the mat. Make sure your left knee is pushing back as far as you can, and then untuck your left toes. Lift your gaze here and see if you can draw the right hip gently back, finding length in the front of that left hip crease. We're going to take the hands onto the right knee, lifting our torso up. Now drawing the right heel back energetically and pushing the top of the left foot forward to find that stability through your lower body. We inhale, release the arms and lift them all the way up overhead. Big breath in here. Shoulders are relaxed, face is soft, fingers are energetically opened. Take one more breath in here. And then as we exhale, easy twist, left hand comes down to the mat, and then the right arm reaches up as high as possible. From here, you can choose to stay with the knee grounded, or you tuck your left toes under and lift the left knee up, maybe coming up onto the fingertips for more length in the spine. And then you want to stack your right hand all over your left hand. The left heel is lifted high. The front side of your left thigh is energized, and your right hip is gently pulling back. Big inhale here, opening up deeper into that rotation of your spine. Awesome. From here, right hand comes down to the ground, and we step the right leg back, finding plank pose. In your plank pose, set your shoulders over your wrists again, neck relaxed, and then keeping a gentle dome shape between your shoulders, kick your heels back and energize through the entire front side of your body. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Keeping the knees lifted or dropping the knees down. We're going to lower all the way onto our belly, bending the elbows back alongside the body for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untucking the back toes, hands stay exactly where they are. Hands and elbows in one line, hugging alongside the ribs. Now from here, inhale, lift yourself up into a baby cobra. Exhale, release, forehead to mat. Inhale, shoulders roll back. One more baby cobra. Exhale, head to the mat. One last time. Inhale, lift yourself up, pubic bone presses down, big toes press down. Use the strength in your back. Maybe see if you can keep yourself lifted and reach and lift your hands. One more breath here. And exhale, hands come down to the mat, tucking the toes back under, lifting yourself back up into your downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Big breath out. We're going to look up towards the top of the mat. Hands are shoulder width distanced. Bend your knees. And now take a big hop so that you land in Yogi Squat Malasana, feet outside of your hands. Releasing the hands here, allowing elbows and knees to connect so that you can find length. So if you don't come as low as I am currently posing, you might be up here. That's all right. I want you to bring awareness of pressing the elbows against the knees so that we can work on strengthening our hip joint. So wherever you are, focus on lengthening your spine. Take one more breath in here. And as we exhale, hands back to the ground, heel toe your feet and back to a hip width distance. Let's flow into a half lift here, Ardha Uttanasana. Lengthen the spine, knees gently bent. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step your right foot long back, drop the right knee down to the ground, untuck the back toes. And then from here, inhale, lengthen, maybe come up onto the fingertips, beginning to scissor the legs towards each other. Hands go onto your left knee, keeping that foundation of your legs strong to lift the arms all the way up overhead. Big breath in here, big breath out. And then left arm stays lifted as the right hand comes down into your easy twist. Rotate your upper part of the spine, stacking left hand onto the right. And then take a lift here through the left fingertips, finding that rotation. You might want to choose to stay here or tuck your right toes under, lift the right knee off, and then find an easy twist with the right knee lifted in a lunge position. Left hip draws back, right heel lifted, feet now pressing away from each other. One more breath in, one more breath out. With your next exhale, right hand comes back down, the left foot steps back into your plank pose. We take a big breath in our plank pose. You can choose to wait here until we continue, or you can join me for one side plank on each side, starting to the right side, rolling onto the outer edge of that right foot, stacking the left foot onto the right, Left arm reaches all the way up into the air. Thinking of creating a rainbow shape with your body here. Big breath in. Big breath out. Transitioning side plank Vashisthasana on the left, rolling through center over onto your left outer edge of the foot as the right arm reaches up. Push your hips up. One inhale here. And exhale, meeting everybody who chooses to stay in plank pose back in our plank. And we're going to lower down onto the belly again for the count of 5. Elbows back. 5. Knees can always drop. 4, 3, 2, 1. Untucking the back toes. This time, take your hands behind your lower back and interlace the fingers. Forehead resting down on the mat. On our next inhale, we're going to lift everything we can up and off the mat into Shalabhasana. So lifting head, shoulders, chest, maybe lifting the toes, knees and thighs, and then try and press your palms against each other as you draw the shoulders towards each other as well. Shoulder blade squeeze, push through the balls of the feet. For 3, for 2, for 1. Exhale and release. Make a cushion with your hands. Rest your forehead on your hands and wiggle your hips gently side to side. Finding that decompression in the lower back. Take one more breath here. Begin to take your hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes. This time, engage all the muscles in the front side of your thighs. And maybe join me to press straight up into our plank or use knees to downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in your down dog. Allowing this part of the sequence to already flow into your body, to get into your cells, and to begin to transform your day into your best possible experience. Beautiful. From here, look up towards the top of the mat, bend your knees, and again hop back into your Balasana. This time, let's keep the thighs parallel to the floor, and then let's turn the toes to face towards the top of the mat. And then from here, we're going to extend the arms forward as well, coming into this squatting position here. Breathing. Maybe you can reach your fingertips even more forward. And we're here for 3, for 2, for 1. Bringing the fingertips down to the ground, extending out of the legs. Bring your big toes all the way together, heel toe, your feet in towards the center of the mat. Keep a little bit of space between your heels, and then we're going to transition into chair pose from here. Bending the knees, dropping the hips. Inhale, lift your arms, your gaze. Trying to maintain a nice long line, crown of the head to the tailbone. Little activity in the core muscles here. Big breath here. You can choose to stay here and heat that fire within. If you want to bring that fire to a boil, lift your heels with me. Breathe. Stay in your chair. Maybe squat a little bit lower. And breathe. Shoulders are relaxed. Fingers are active. And your jaw is super soft. We're here for 3, for 2, and 1. Heels down, hands to the heart. And then from here, I want you to lift that left heel and pull it in towards your buttocks. Finding a little bit of a balancing here in flamingo. And as you may have noticed, we're working on thighs and glute muscles, big muscle groups here. So maybe you can notice that you're becoming a little bit shorter in breath. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, extend that left leg long back. Press the feet away from each other. Left heel lifts as we inhale, finding crescent pose. Opening up through the front side of that body. Left heel is high up into the air. Front side of that left leg is energized. Big inhale here. Big exhale out. And then extend your arms behind your lower back, interlace your hands one more time, and we're diving deep into a variation of humble warrior, bringing our shoulder close towards the right knee, and then lifting your arms up overhead towards the top of the mat. Breathing here, in and out of the nose, the left heel is still lifted. One more breath in. Inhale, with the help of your knuckles, lift yourself back up into an upright position. Keep your balance. Release the hands, come back into your crescent pose, and we're going to step it back into our chair. Sitting nice and low in our chair. Again, your choice to stay here or to lift the heels with me, sitting a little bit lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, hands to the heart, flamingo on the right heel, pulling in towards the right buttocks. Still sitting nice and low, feeling the burn in that left thigh. One more breath in here. With an exhale, shoot that right leg back. Inhale, pressing down to root as you lift your arms and rise. Taking another breath in here. Right heel is super lifted. Front of that right leg is active. Left hip pulls back. One more inhale here. Exhale, shoulders relax. Hands interlaced. Maybe you can remember which thumb was on top. Take the other one to come on top. Extend your hands back. Open your chest, your collarbones, and exhale. Dive into your variation of humble warrior. Taking your arms up overhead. Keeping that right heel lifted. Nice big bend. Left knee stacked over the left heel. One more breath here. And inhale, coming all the way up again. Releasing the hands, finding your crescent pose again. And then stepping it up into your chair. Last chair here. Hands to the heart. Everyone now lift your heels and come into a squatting position. Pressing the inner thighs against each other, pressing the heels, big toes against each other, stack shoulders over the hips. We're going to go from here into our boat position. So I want you to reach your hands forward and then use them as a counterbalance as you sit back down and lift your feet straight into your boat. If you need to take your hands to help you into this transition, that's all right. In your boat, shins are parallel to the ground, active through the balls of the feet. Hands are reaching out, spine is nice and long. And we're just going to hang out here a couple of times as we breathe in and out of the nose. Beautiful. And then from here, hold onto the tops of the knees, roll back and roll forward. Roll back and forward, maybe holding onto the backs of the knees, just giving your spine a little massage. Next, rock up, come back into your boat, find your balance, stretch your hands all the way towards the feet, and then go ahead, interlace your hands. Just keep the index finger pointing forward. We're going to take the arms all the way over around to the left lower corner of your mat. Make a big bow over to the right lower corner of your mat. Pointing your index fingers past your left knee, over past your right knee, over to the left top of your room or anywhere in space, over to the right, back to the left knee, back to the right knee, back to the left lower corner of your mat, back to the right lower corner of your mat, back to center. Release your hands. We're just here for 3, 2, 1, and then go ahead, find a cross-legged seated position again. sitting up nice and tall. Find a nice inhale, lift your gaze, your chest, and exhale, holding onto the tops of the knees. Find that rounding in the upper back body, thinking cat and cow here. Inhale, coming up into your seat again. And then go ahead, bring the soles of your feet to connect, holding on to the tops of your feet as your knees drop outwards. And then we're going to hinge forward, trying to keep the spine nice and long. You can press your heels out a little bit more if that's more accessible for your hips. And then just come into your Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose, allowing a gentle rounding of the upper back body and a nice stretch for the outer and inner hips. Allowing the heartbeat and your breath to return to their natural rhythm here. Slowly coming back up into any seat of choice. You can go ahead and close your eyes again here, finding that connection to the present moment again. Drawing your hands together in front of your heart, feeling that connection of your hands, and then giving into a gentle bow, tucking your chin towards the chest. Thanking yourself for creating space so that you can move, for taking the time that you can tend to yourself, that you can nourish your body and your mental well-being. Thank you so much for being part of my little community, for joining my classes, and for taking care of yourself. Namaste. Thank you.